fairly sure you can see that and probably hear it as well. The weather has really closed in, so I'm not sure about Pindon Bay anymore. Well, good morning. This is what, day 4 now. So I had a lovely park up last night. Not just side of the road park up, an actual motorhome bay where I had electric hookup and I could do the dishes and get rid of all the dirty water, and electric hookup so I could recharge all my batteries, the leisure battery in the van and all my batteries for cameras and things like that. So I stayed in a wee town called Carrbridge. So last night, they've got quite a famous old packhorse bridge. It's been there for 300 years. And in fact, I'm fairly sure I remember seeing James Popsis photographing it once on one of his videos. Anyway, I went along scouting last night to see whether it was going to work. It doesn't work from down by the riverside because you can't get down to the river itself. There's a little sort of viewpoint area, and that was okay, but it wasn't square on enough for what I wanted with that bridge. So I went up onto the newer bridge and set up the tripod with a camera lens sticking through the railing a little bit. Sorry about that, got to turn the corner. Yeah, the camera lens sticking through the railing a bit, and that was quite nice. So I had a look on photo pills, and the sun was due to rise in exactly the right position to light up that bridge, coming straight down the gap where the river comes through from the other side. So I set the alarm, 5:30, woke up, made a cup of coffee, sat there looking at the clouds and looking, and the sun just didn't come through the clouds. There was no sunrise this morning, so that's the way it goes. So this morning I'm heading down to Aviemore and up into the Cairngorm area. There's several places I know quite well round there, and I'm going to start by going up towards Glenmore and seeing if I can get some nice pictures round the loch. Well, we made it into the Cairngorms, and I've come down to Loch Morlich beach. Maybe I should have just come straight here for a park up last night. I want to see whether down on the beach we can see the mountains, and there's some nice scenery over there. Don't know if you can see that. You can just see the foothills of the Cairngorms over there with the clouds. Spectacular. That's a nice scene to greet you in the morning, isn't it? You can just make out one or two of the ski slopes. I can just about see the ski car park. And the summit of Cairngorm itself, with a little bit of cloud on it, and over beyond. Not altogether sure of this composition. It's all trees on the left, sea on the right. And they do sort of balance each other, but I'm not 100%. It's a bit better like that. Let me just bring you a bit closer. It's a very big dynamic range here. The sky is so bright. But because of the clouds, I'm not getting so much of the light down here. So, bracketing again. Well, we'll see what we can do with that when we get it back to Lightroom and Photoshop. In the meantime, I feel a pano coming on. Okay, this is going to be a difficult pano, this one. It just sort of slopes down. There's nothing really to anchor it over on the right hand side. And I do kind of want those clouds. So I'm going to go much wider than I think, and I'll maybe make one or maybe two panels out of this. So there we have it. Much wider panel than I would normally shoot, because I'm just not sure until I stitch it together where to cut off the end points. I do like the shoreline. I do like the mountains in the background with the clouds. I actually like the trees. I just find it really unbalanced with the trees on one side and the water on the other. Still, we'll see when we get to Lightroom. So there's my first shots of the morning. Now just walk back through the trees. Sadly, although these trees look nice, there's nothing of real interest while I was walking through. There is this lovely old shaped tree, but it's just surrounded by other trees. There's nothing going on. And I've got to try and find my way back to my van. So we come just a little bit further south to a lovely little place I remember from years ago called Loch Morlich, which means lake with an island. Okay, we're off. Okay, so we've got all these tangled roots down here that are leading us nicely towards the lake and the island and the mountains beyond, and there's even some encroaching trees left and right to give me a little bit of a frame to balance up those trees on the right hand side. Look at all the heather still blooming. That's amazing. So I've come off the main track just to have a look and see if there's any wildlife about. There won't be any down there. Too many people around. So I've come away from the loch, away from the people and the track. I'm going to stand still for a little while and see if anything appears. Well, I can certainly hear birds in the surrounding area, but I haven't seen anything. I did pick out a nice couple of little details with the long lens. I don't know how well they'll come out. I don't think anything's happening here. Let's go back to the track and carry on round to the island. Well, I made it back to Betty. Didn't get round the other side of the loch. It's getting late and I need to get on and get some lunch and head down the road. So I hope you've enjoyed joining me on a bit of a whistle-stop tour of some of my favourite places in Scotland. Loch Lomond, Glencoe, Eilein Castle, Skye, and round Aviemore and the Cairngorms. So, stay tuned, join me on the next one, and thanks for watching.